classically trained turned R&B soul, recording artist, a singer-songwriter. You can see her frequently at Albuquerque Wine Dive, Two Cranes Bistro, with guest appearances statewide. This is I Choose Albuquerque with Munirah.
All right, welcome back. I Choose Albuquerque, episode 2, and today we have Sadé Munirah.
Sadé, I know you by your first name very well, and we'll get into kind of your rebranding and how you and your fans actually know you by now. But tell us a little bit about, who Sadé is, where you came from, what made you to who you are today.
Yeah. First, thank you so much for having me on.
Absolutely.
I'm excited to meet you finally.
I know. We've been kind of keeping up with each other for a while now.
Yeah. So. It's good to start it, and thank you for having me. The background of my name, about where I come from, Sadé. It's a Nigerian name, and I kind of grew up with a lot of culture. It's like one of my favorite questions I get asked is, like, are you Nigerian? I'm like, no, I have a lot of culture in my life. So that's a big part of me is culture. I grew up Muslim and then Messianic Jewish by my father, and just by a lot of different races and in a lot of different places in my life. And I'm really thankful. I feel like it's molded me into who I am. And I'm just, excited to be here and talk about music and how that is self-expression for me in a lot of ways.
Okay. Yeah. Do you feel like kind of bouncing around? Originally you're from Taos, correct? You were like born in Taos, and then I believe you said you were in Sweden for a while.
Yes.
And then back here in the United States. Do you feel like that's kind of shaped maybe your sound and part of your music?
Yeah, I really do. I'm still figuring out exactly what aspects of those places and experiences are going to be shown through myself, and just my person, especially in music. So I'm thankful for each place, and it started, in Taos. I was born there and lived a lot in the northern parts of New Mexico, like Penasco and Chimayo, and spent time in Santa Fe till I was 10. So I have a lot of just the New Mexican culture from before, I left the States. But my mother and I moved with some other family to Europe, and we started in Copenhagen and went to, in Denmark, and then went to Spain for a while. And I think that right there, before Sweden, Spain shaped a lot of who I am, because that's when the, intensity of Islam started to happen. And so I lived in a beautiful city, Granada, with my mom and grandpa and my family. And that's when, we were just really embraced by the Muslim community. My mom started practicing more, and so did I. And, we lived very much like gypsies in that little small town. And I feel like part of like my, I guess you would say like my earthly vibe that I feel in myself, and just, a lot of aspects of maybe Middle Eastern culture and stuff like that. That's when that all started, right before Sweden, and then I came back to the States, and just have changed a lot since then as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you feel more? Did you feel more at home when you were younger in Europe, or when you came back to the States and resided now in Albuquerque for how long? What feels like home to you?
It's so hard, and that's why I laughed, because I don't really have like a place that I'm from, and like I can't really give a clear answer, but I definitely feel more New Mexican, I guess, rooted in New Mexican culture, just because I've spent about 18 years total of my life in New Mexico.
Okay.
But, Albuquerque is new for me. It's about, 6-7 years new for me compared to the majority of the rest of the time in northern New Mexico, and there's definitely a different vibe. So, there's a different vibe, and I feel good here. I feel at home here. But I mean, a lot of my shaping years were spent, in different places of the world, and without a lot of stability, without a lot of structure. And so I think I bring that into who I am now. And just, I don't know, I see things from different places at different times. So, yeah.
What originally sparked your interest in music and performing?
I've always loved music. I ran into a friend who owns Jumbo, the restaurant in Santa Fe.
I love that place.
It's
so good.
It's so good. So the owner, Ahmed, catered my uncle's wedding when I was 6. And I ran into him when I was performing at the Taos Vortex. And I said, I haven't seen you since I was 6. And he said, no, I saw you when you were 1 and you had big headphones on your ears, and your mom said all she wants to do is listen to music.
That's awesome.
And yeah, and I was like, I didn't know that. I've never heard that before. I didn't know that story. And it was beautiful, and I just was thinking about, just how I was always surrounded by music. Both of my parents have great taste in music, and I was given every type of music to listen to as a kid. My favorite song when I was growing up was What I Got by Sublime and Enter Sandman by Metallica.
Okay.
And then, it was just, I knew all the words, and then 8 years old, I knew all the words to Eminem's, album. So, here and there, some changes could have been made, but I just generally just grew up with a lot of music, and I loved it. And I started singing as a kid for family and into like middle school, and that's when I joined choir.
Okay.
So I started with choir. It was just an elective. I didn't really think of anything of it. And then I started singing, and, everyone around me and my teacher, they were like, you should audition for this solo. Like, this is your part. And it was very new for me. And I started just like doing that as a teenager, and started doing competitions like all state choir and honor choir. It's just a really awesome group of people that all come together in the same age group and learn, incredible music from around the world. And it's just a lot of really good experiences came from choir, and I stuck with it until I graduated high school, and I was encouraged to audition for the vocal performance program at UNM for opera. So I auditioned into that, kind of wanting to go in more of like a music therapy aspect of my career, not so much as an opera singer. So I did that for a while, and I actually quit music when my vocal teacher said I wasn't a musician, and I was very young and impressionable, and I quit. And I started again 3 years ago. Through some difficult experiences that I went through, and finding music again as that outlet, but in a different perspective entirely, and started doing open mic, which now I'm here today. So it's been a very incredible journey, and I know there's a lot more too.
Did you take what that teacher said back in the day to heart in terms of wanting to prove her wrong, or did you go in about maybe you wanted to just prove yourself right and knew this is what you felt inside, you wanted to fulfill something?
It was funny because it was actually a man, and he was about 6'7", from Texas, and like a very deep voice and just super intimidating. And I was like, when he told me that, I was already struggling, with things in my life that I needed to put focus on. And I was taking care of myself, since my last year of high school. So my main priority wasn't really music. It was, working full time and going to school full time. So I think I took what he said to heart, and when I quit, and then came back into music, I definitely had his voice in my head of like, you're not a musician. So I was like, well, I'm probably not that good, so maybe I'll just do this for myself,
Okay.
But then I haven't thought about it until recently, and it was just more like, yeah, my teacher said that, and if that's how he feels, awesome, but I know who I am, and I love when people give me criticism or ideas or anything, but I know who I am within music, and I know that there's a lot more to come, and I just think people are allowed to have opinions, but I'm not gonna take them so deeply next time.
That's good.
Yeah, that's so important. In something like that.
So then, after coming back to music, you said you started like open mics. I know now you play throughout the city all the time. How are you navigating that or going about it? Are there favorite places you like to play? Are there places that you aspire to play at within the city, or how do you navigate Albuquerque music?
I mean, I navigate through experience of Albuquerque music. There was a long time of me, doing whatever venue I could get to for free, maybe making a little bit of money for a 3-hour set. Like, I just wanted anything, I wanted opportunity, and I knew that I had to start somewhere. I want to give gratitude to the Boiler Monkey. That was one of the first venues that I ever performed at and got paid for, and
That's
they're
awesome.
actually shutting down
Oh,
this
wow.
month.
Okay.
Just a beautiful family local restaurant cafe here that I just wanted to share some love to, as I found that out like a few days ago. But they definitely opened that door a little bit for me. I started, it's just really about meeting people in Albuquerque, and we all do different things. It's a small city feel, and just starting to get to know people that managed or owned restaurants or breweries or whatever it was. Definitely had my share venues that I really that really challenged me. That I don't like this, so I think I want something more. I think this is going to continue,
Sure.
right?
And that's just growth, right?
Yeah,
Happens
absolutely,
in
Yeah.
absolutely.
all
No,
stages,
it very,
professionally,
very like
personally.
yes, complete growth of just I've done this for a while. I think I'm ready for something different. You have your good nights and your difficult nights of I felt so good at that show and connected, and then no one looked at me the whole time, and just knowing like that means I have to practice more, I have to do more, and I also have to choose better options for myself. And I've been surrounded by such a beautiful team that have helped me. You need to play somewhere else. You don't deserve that. And also like I want you to work on this so that way we can get you going more. And yeah, I'm thankful for sure for all the experience.
Right. And so what if you had to put like a thought process between going from opera to what you're singing now?
Mm-hmm.
Was there a blueprint that you followed to get to where your sound is now, or did it happen organically, or what effort and energy did you put into making that transition into what we're hearing now as Munirah?
Well, so before I started writing music when I was in 8th grade, and I've kind of looked back on some of it. It was in my journals, like cute, like I remember that, and I wrote that song, and it's like so corny, but there were a lot of themes that kind of ran through it, and it was expressing, my experiences in life and the things that I want. And kind of just learning how to accept things that have happened and that will happen. So since 8th grade, I've had that same kind of theme. I think I started gradually, in more of like a folk genre, folk type music, and even into open mic. But I started to meet people that, had different skills and that were different genre musicians, and just watching them, observing them during that time of open mic. Because before I was, the type of musician that memorized, I sight read music, I sang opera in Latin on the days that I was told. I learned exactly how to pronounce things. Like, that was my role as a musician.
Sure.
But after this, it was like, well, what do you want to do? Like, how is it going to sound for you? And I think I had a lot of fun just learning a lot of different ways of songwriting, like from poetry into music. And I don't know, just discovering what I wanted. But the biggest factor for me of where I am today, as moving forward with my middle name, Munirah, is I've just had an amazing team around me collectively that have, told me what they see in me without saying that it needs to be that way, but just reminding me and teaching me different ways to express myself musically. Also just watching the musicians that I work with and being so inspired by who they are and the sounds that come from them. I think I just have been starting to think about, what more do I want? And it seems that I gravitate a lot towards a soul and R&B vocal, genre, or just genre in general. So I'm embracing that, and I'm completely open and have always been, changing in life. So if something comes to me again, that grows the genre a little bit more, then great. But the beautiful thing about music is, genres can mix and,
Sure.
things like that. So
You've got to
you
work
don't
with
always
people.
have to be static. You can.
no, absolutely.
You're going to evolve.
Yeah.
And as somebody that has evolved as an artist,
Mm-hmm.
at this point in time, like what kind of performances or venues or the setting and stuff like that really just makes you feel alive in that moment? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I will say so far I've been able to play at Meow Wolf one time, and it was a really amazing experience for me, because in December I went to a concert, and I was like, man, one day I want to just be here. So I was there, and it was a featured performance, so not my typical set, but I felt so alive and just so grateful. It was a beautiful experience, and then bringing it back here a little closer, whenever I'm at the Wine Dive, I feel just really a part of something special in the city. And I think it's because of where it is in the city, and Steven, who runs it, and just like his involvement with the city, and then the people that come. It's just a beautiful, intimate setting that's super unique from a lot of places. But then you have, those smaller venues that I started at that make it home too. And I don't know, I just think that if I'm able to connect with the people, the venue is just always great. It doesn't really matter where I'm playing, but lately I've just been kind of rotating through a few venues, which would be the Wine Dive and Two Cranes Bistro. And then sometimes, you know, a nice private event, but definitely, yeah, trying to set my eyes for like El Rey or something bigger soon is definitely a goal for me. But, and then lastly, you know, the music festival stage or vibe or presence is so new for me, and I just got to do that at Taos Vortex, and I have one coming up in Albuquerque. So I'm learning as an artist that I have to continue to like work on my performance and like my engagement and just how I'm crafting myself towards an audience. And I've been able to start working on a band, you know, just for a more, I guess, diverse experience and just more interaction with everyone, and it's been going really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So
I'm going well.
Cool.
You've worked
Yeah.
with people from LA area, you've worked with people
Yes.
from Europe, and obviously worked with people from Albuquerque. Do you take bits and pieces from everybody that you've worked with and bring them back here to hone your sound in, or do you think that you have an Albuquerque sound or New Mexico sound, or how would you categorize that?
Yeah, I don't even know where my sound is from. I just know that it's from me and that it's developing. And I have a lot of awesome opportunities of why it's developed, and that what you brought up, I was in a writing camp, and I do that as often as I can with the OLAD records that I'm working with. So working with, you know, producers from LA, Florida, Amsterdam, Albuquerque, like, you know, working from people around the world, working with songwriters. I just met one from Finland, and, you know, working with other people in LA. I want something a little bit more than what I thought I could do.
You don't want to be
You know what
content.
I mean?
It's a good thing.
No, definitely not. And I think that a lot of my songwriting changes have been from that writing camp, you know, writing one song every day for a week for 10 to 12 hours, making sure that everything is right, learning about, you know, adding more to music vocally. It was really humbling, because I was like, man, shit, I don't know how to, I didn't do this before. Like, this is
Right.
so new for me. I feel like a baby, and I've been able to work on that a lot. So I think it's been helping the confidence of my message and being able to be more direct with what I want. And then that also makes me have to do that in my real life,
Right.
you know, and
Yeah.
work on like who I am, and that needs to reflect through my music. So,
Right. It's almost
yeah.
always in those moments of like, you know, like discomfort
Yeah.
and feeling a little unsettled in your own, you know, skin, even in something that you're very good at, something that you thrive in, is where you're gonna have those moments of growth.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I've never written a song, but I can definitely relate to that on like a professional level.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah. No,
That's
I mean,
crazy.
if you're not internally well and, you know, in a good place, anything you do around you is going to be affected. So it's really important to know who we are and how we want to direct, you know, our joy and our passion and what we want. So music has been a driving force of my self, you know, worth increasing, and also like healing from personal experiences, because I have a message that I want to express through music, and I need to know what that message is. So I've been really thinking a lot lately. It's been an internal journey for sure.
But I think
lately.
a lot of people probably feel the same way that you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
And you're given a platform. Well, your talents have given you a platform to express that, and you are expressing probably what other people's insecurities already
I was
are.
just gonna say that. You know,
And
that's
it's a
so
special
much of what
place.
music is your ability to package exactly their emotions in a way that they could never do that, and that's
Yeah.
why people gravitate towards certain artists. I know that's why I listen to music. You know, it
No,
makes you feel a certain
absolutely.
way.
I was just gonna say that I can pinpoint times in my life where what got me through what I was going through was literally music.
Right.
Being able to feel, you know, connected by something that I didn't create, and like, oh, like.
Right,
that-
like
that
there's songs
feeling.
that'll take me right back to certain moments in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's songs that will, you know,
Yeah.
that remind me of getting through a difficult time,
Mhm.
you know, and that kind of stuff. It's amazing the power of like the thoughts that it can invoke
Yeah.
through music. It's crazy to me. Like, I'm a huge music fan. I'm not a performer in any regard, but I've always just, I guess I would say that I've been collecting music for
Yeah.
15 years or so.
And it doesn't matter if you're a musician or not. Connection is connection. You know, it's a global gift. Music. You know, it really is. So I think it's beautiful that you feel that
I
way,
love
and
it.
that
I
everyone
love
feels
it.
that way. So
In a perfect world for Munirah, what does the next 3 to 5 years look like?
oh wow. Well, I mean, this shift from Sadé Munirah to Munirah, and I just want to say Munirah is my Arabic middle name. It means to illuminate light. And I want to move forward with that because I think that's part of what I want to do is just bring people to a place where they feel joy, because that's what music has done for me. And that can be, from my first project, talking about the things that I went through and how
Sure.
how I find my joy, and connecting with people that have been hurt and been through things. But lately, it's been about the beauty of who we are, and talking about things that I've been learning about myself, of where I'm going in this journey and how I feel more empowered and strong and just sure of what I want. And so as long as I'm giving joy to people and giving that feeling to people, I hope I want to go back to Sweden where I grew up, and I want to invite all of my friends to my tour in Sweden, to part of my world tour in Sweden. I want to take music to, Africa and the Middle East, and, just make people feel so connected within their communities, and just give them hope. And I honestly don't know, where exactly I want to be in 5 years, but I definitely know that I'm meant to be here and do something, and I feel so led with music, that having a main stage on a world tour is definitely a goal for me. But I also just want to touch people's hearts and open minds, and I just want to do a little bit more than a big stage. I think it's all just gonna come together.
Yeah,
So
that's amazing.
yeah.
So let's take it back just to where we're at right now. I want to see you in Africa. I want to see you in Sweden. But where can I see you in the short term? Where can I see you within the next week, 2 weeks, month? What does that look like?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so thankful for this event on Friday. It's at the Bancloff rooftop. It's a private event with the New Mexico Grief for Children. So it's just a beautiful fundraiser, and I get to be a part of that this week. And I have some events like that. Some private events, but most of my events are for everyone. About 98% of my events are for everyone. So what people can look forward to right now is that I have a show on September 13th at the Wine Dive at 8 p.m. And then I also have 2 Cranes the next day. And then I'll be at the Somos Music Festival, or Festival, Art and Music Festival. There's so much involved in Somos, but I'll be at the stage that day on the 28th. So I'm really excited for that. And a lot of my shows right now are kind of working towards, that
Sure.
day. So I can't say what for October. I have some news that I'm thinking might happen in October, but if not, I really try to be at a local venue 2 to 3 times a month, just so that way I'm connecting with everyone and staying engaged with everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I think I want to ask something that Gavin's probably thinking. I mean, will you play something for us right here, right now?
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. I
Okay.
could definitely do that. I'm going to move my chair. Thank you. All right, I'll try to do it back here. I might move a little bit.
You have enough room?
I'll make room. I'm a little lucky to be small, I'm literally just deciding what I'm going to play for you. All right. So, at the writing camp, I wrote a song with one of our local artists that I just love Dylan. He's amazing, but I have the privilege to work with him sometimes, and he and I wrote this song together called Closer. The sun don't wait on you just to leave for the day. I won't spell it out for you. I'm doing the things I know that you like. You haven't noticed the way I want you to. I've fallen away for you. Don't let me drown. If I give you words to say, would you turn around, throw them back my way? Wonder if you ever gonna feel my way. Can you tell me? Boy, you make it hard to stand, always being this close to you, watching me, watching you like you don't see. Boy, you make it hard to stand, always being this close to you, watching me, watching you like you don't see. What you do to me, feel you, wondering if you're feeling what I'm giving you. Watching me, watching you like I. The sun don't wait on you just to leave for the day. Moves along just exactly the same. Makes me a fool. Tell me you want me the same. Tell me you want me the same. Yeah. 'Cause I got you on my mind. If I give you words to say, would you turn around, throw 'em back my way? Wonder if you ever gonna feel my way. Can you tell me? Hey, if I give you words to say, would you say it back my way? Wonder if you ever gonna feel my way. Can you show me? Will you make it hard to stand, always being this close to you, watching me, watching you like you are. But you make it hard to stand, always being this close to you, watching me, watching you like you are. Like you are. Like you are. Yeah. Like you are. Like you are. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
I think I'm pretty like even keel most of the time, but
Yeah.
like raw, stripped down music like that kind of evokes some emotion
It's a
in me.
different
so.
vibe for sure.
There's
Even,
so much energy that comes out of you.
even
Like
for
it's,
me, it's crazy. I mean, because that song was produced by an amazing producer in Amsterdam, so I have to give the credit to the production on that. But being able to take things from things I've recorded with amazing producers and transposing it to just myself in my room on my guitar, and being open to whatever comes out when I perform, because sometimes I make things up and I'm like, oh, well, that happened, so hopefully that sounded okay. But it's just a beautiful thing how music can change from one song into, a song that it is for you. And it's awesome. Music is beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I think that
Yes.
we're
Yeah.
very lucky to
Yeah.
have had you. I think you're a beautiful person,
Thank
beautiful
you.
artist. But
Thank you. I'm so thankful to be here. Honestly, I'm happy to see what you're doing. This is just an amazing thing, and I can't wait to see how it grows. So
Yeah.
this whole idea that you have.
Thank
it's
you for coming
amazing.
on. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Munirah, fam, find her.
Thank you.
Thanks for being part of the conversation. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms at I Choose Albuquerque.